want to introduce Dr. Monty Sullivan by saying thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sullivan, for your perseverance, your determination, and for your foresight. All those things have led to us being able to celebrate Sidney Collier today. And all those things are leading this system to be wanting the best in the nation. And so it is with great pleasure that I introduce our system president, Dr. Monty Sullivan.
Good morning. And it is a good morning. There are lots of folks in the audience that we have to recognize this morning, but I want to begin with the group to our right, the group behind you. If you're a student at Delgado Community College, I want you to step forward and raise your hand. You know, we're here today to celebrate the opening of a facility, but the truth is, it's not about a facility. It's about students' lives. It's about people's lives changed. There are many of you in the audience today who attended this great college over the years. It changed your lives. And a little later, I want to share a story with you of a gentleman who's not able to be with us today, but I think is reflective of so many people in this city and in this community whose lives this campus has changed over the years. I want to begin with recognizing a number of our Board of Supervisor members who are with us here today. Starting with here on the podium, Chair of our board, Mr. Woody Ogier. We also have Mr. C.B. Smith from Schriever, Louisiana. In the audience today, Mr. Vinny St. Blanc. We also have Mr. Stevie Toops. Bob Brown, no stranger to New Orleans. Also no stranger to New Orleans, Mr. Joe Potts. I believe I haven't missed a member, so hopefully if you have, step forward. I want to tell you, we have an opportunity to do a number of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings. The turnout today from our Board of Supervisors, thank you for being with us. We very much appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules. In addition, there are a number of others that are with us. Mr. Mayor, thank you for taking the time. An absolutely important event. I know it's important to you. From the first day that I had an opportunity to sit down with this gentleman, his question of me is, where are we on Collier? And every time I saw him thereafter, he said, where are we on Collier? Right, Mr. Mayor? And so today, Mr. Mayor, I say to you, here we are. We have with us also a number of state legislators that I'd like to recognize, beginning with Senator J.P. Morrell. Senator, thank you for being with us. Unable to be with us today is the House District Representative, Mr. Wesley Bishop. We'll come back to Wesley here shortly. But if you have an opportunity to see Wesley in the community, I would ask you to stop for a second, shake his hand, and thank him for the unending support that he has given to this project. It has been substantial, no question. We also have with us two very distinguished senators. Senator Conrad Appel, thank you for being with us, Senator. And also, no stranger to this project, a gentleman who asked me about as many times as the mayor did, where are we on the Sidney Collier project? So thank you very much for being with us, Senator Ed Murray. Hopefully I haven't missed another member of the delegation that may have joined us today. So if they did, step forward and wave your hand, and I'm glad to acknowledge and recognize you. Also want to recognize members of the City Council. We have with us a former state legislator, and I think important to note, a gentleman who cast a vote to ensure that the funds were available to us for this project, Mr. Jared Brossett. Thank you, Jared. We have other members of the City Council who have been able to join us here today. I'm sorry, I missed a couple of you. I do apologize. Sorry, you know what? I want to go back for a second because at the groundbreaking here in April of 2013, Representative Charmaine Marsh was here with us, was not in office at the time, but I have to tell you, there is no one in elected office who has been more of a stalwart to ensure that this campus happened than you have. Thank you very much for your support. I also want to recognize a number of members of the Delgado Community College Foundation Board. This is a group that has been extraordinarily supportive, chaired by Ashton Ryan, no stranger again to the community here in New Orleans. And also Mr. Wayne Fontana, who's been a huge supporter of the Delgado Foundation. Mr. Lee Giorgio, thank you for all of the support that each one of you have shown over the years to this effort as well. I want to recognize my good friend Peter Foss, president of the University of New Orleans. Thank you for being with us today as well. I hope that I haven't left anyone out. Apologies if I have, but let me go back for just 1 second. The train knows we have a big event going on today, right? Wesley Bishop shared this story with me, and I want to go back for just 1 second. Many of you know Wesley, and you probably know the story, but I think it's important because it is so reflective of this community. Wesley Bishop's father graduated from the Sidney Collier campus of Delgado Community College many years ago. And Wesley shares the story that this campus is so very important to him, to see this campus rebuilt. Because as he says it, the education that his dad received right here on this ground is the reason that he was able to be educated. It's the reason that he is able to serve you today in the state legislature. It's because of the good work that went on by so many people right here on this campus. Today is very special. In fact, we have a number of folks who have come back to join us, who have been such an important part of the history of Sidney Collier. Miss Antoinette Williams, the very first cosmetology instructor at Sidney Collier from 1958 to 1968. Thank you for being with us. Miss Connie Dunbar, a student from the graduating class of 1963. And especially important. You know, the Sidney Collier campus at one point in time would have an annual queen of the campus. Did you know that? And so the queen, Miss Elaine Bossier. Queen, you'll notice that I left off the year there, right? but maybe queen, no doubt, but maybe as important is the queen of Senator Bossier, the wife of Senator Bossier. But Senator, just to be clear, Mr. Mayor says that doesn't make you the king. Senator, let's just say it this way. This gentleman not only has served this community as an elected official, but he has also been absolutely at every turn supportive of this project, a member of the Facilities Corporation that helped to make this effort possible. Thank you, Senator, for all of the work you put into this campus. 9 years ago, the world looked on as the city of New Orleans faced perhaps its greatest tragedy. But 9 years later, we stand here today. Many asked then, many looked at you and me, and they asked the question, how will you respond? Is this the end of what we know as the most European of American cities? Is this the end of the city that you know and love, just like I do? And you responded. And today, 9 years later, I tell you, the world, this great state, and surely this community around you, is watching as we rebuild the Sidney Collier campus of Delgado Community College, right here at the epicenter, at the very epicenter of the tragedy from 9 years ago. You know, it's fair time that we put that day behind us and that we begin to think about the future. And the future are in the students that are here with us today, the students that are presenting the color guard here today, the opportunities that exist in this building for these students in their community to grow and learn and be educated and raise families right here in New Orleans. Thank you so much to each one of you who played a part in making today a success. I am humbled to be here today to see the results of our work. Thank you very much.